This is just Bob Bowman, and I'm coming at you with another video. And I haven't made any videos in the past few weeks because I've been living life, is what a lot of people say. I've been getting out there, I've been meeting new people, I've been working out, getting myself in better condition, you know, working on projects in the house that I'm still currently working on, getting my car fixed, other things that need to be done, I'm doing them. And I'm also working on figuring out a way to where I can make more money because like I said, I do these videos, but I'm not making any money. And I really need the support of everybody that watch these videos to get the word out there that I'm doing these videos to help me become monetized. And I know that I can't force anybody to do anything that they don't want to do, but hey, me, I have to take care of what I can and only worry about that. And so, with that being said, I had to take time out for myself. I'm still in my healing process. I'm still understanding what it is that I need to do in the future, for the future. You know, um, I'm still planning on certain things that's going to be happening in the near future that I need to build upon and to prepare myself for so I don't find myself in a bad situation like I did 3 years ago. And so, with that being said, I took some time off from doing videos. So now I found a little bit of time to where I have the energy to make a video. And so I'm doing it today. And I want to go back to what I talked about on my last video, which is the truth is the truth. And this is going to be part two. And this one is going to be a little bit more personal. I'm going to talk about myself a little bit, not too much in depth, not too deep, not too personal, but enough to where you understand where I'm coming from. So you understand that when I make these videos, I'm not only speaking from the heart, but I'm also speaking truthfully. And the first thing that I want to show you is this shirt that I've made personally, and it has fringes on it. Now, what does that mean? Especially to me. What does it mean to me to have shirts? Because I have more than one, to have shirts with fringes on it. It means that I believe in the Most High God. It means that I read the Bible or I fully understand what the Bible is saying to a certain extent because nobody fully know 100% what's going on and fully be able to interpret everything 100%, even though there are some that claim that they're closer than others. And that's up to for debate, and I'm not here to debate anybody, but I'm here to say what it is that I believe. And I know that I believe in the Most High God. And it's one content creator that I find myself to be really close to being in line with, and that's a gentleman that has a channel, and it's called The Truth Unedited. The only thing that I disagree with The Truth Unedited about is, he went on a tangent a few months ago where he was talking about where so-called black men, especially the ones that's single without any children, they need to step up and be stepdaddies to these women that got children by other men. And I totally disagree with him on that because if we didn't make them, it's not our problem, and we don't have to have that responsibility if we don't want to. It's a personal choice. And you cannot shame anybody into making a personal choice for their personal lives just based off of what you believe. See, there's a lot of people who don't believe in the same God that I do or the same religion, and that's totally fine. They don't have to, because one thing that I understand is that it's a belief system. You can't really 100% prove anything. You can take some things out of the Bible and interpret it the way that you want to see fit. And that's what most of it. And I understand that. And I've interpret certain things in the Bible the way that I interpret it. And there's a lot of people that don't agree with it, but I don't care because it's not up to them to tell me how it is that I'm supposed to think. You don't understand what I'm saying? I think how I think, and I understand that some people don't believe or think the same way that I do, and it's okay. They don't have to. Just like I don't have to believe or think the way that they want me to. And that's one of the reasons why I made this channel and these videos, because I decided to go on my own path in life to a certain extent. And I was already going through a level of being ostracized by individuals because I wasn't doing the things the way that they wanted me to do. And I decided to stand up for myself as a man and still do what it is that I want to do, because that's what men do. Men do what they want while boys do what they can. And I had to work my ass off for 3 years to get to that point to where I could start doing what it is that I wanted to do. I did what I needed to do in order to get to that point to where I could enjoy the fruits of my labor and to be grateful for having those fruits of the labor once I got them. And I believe in God, but I will never be a part of any religious organization or any religious camps. No, I will not be a part of a church. I won't step inside of a church unless I want to step inside of a church. And I've said that more than on one occasion, that I don't believe how a lot of these churches believe. I just don't, simply don't. I have nothing against the people in those churches, and they may have a lot against me for speaking how I'm speaking. But honestly, I don't care anymore because they don't have any control over me anymore. They did at one point, but once I matured and I started seeing things for how it is in society and in life, I had to make the choice to live for myself and to stand on the principles that I stand upon and to be willing to die on those principles, even if I just die alone. And I made that decision. And with that, I can say that, yeah, there's been times where I've been scammed out of money by church folks, more than one occasion. And I'm not going to discuss what those are. I'm not going to discuss not being taken serious when I was trying to get serious about God. I'm not going to discuss all that. I will bring it up and mention it. I'm not going to discuss it in detail because the people that know what happened. And some of them are still denying what took place and are blaming me. But then when I look at it, I have to blame myself for putting myself in those situations. Now, was it my fault that it happened? No. But it's my fault for putting myself in a vulnerable, desperate situation to where those things could happen, where that person did take advantage of me. And that's called being accountable. And as far as my personal love life, I've decided that I'm not going to personally address my personal love life on here. I will make a statement and say this, that I am a heterosexual man. I like the women. I've always liked the women. I always will like the women. Now, there has been individuals that have tried to put out there that it's otherwise, and that's a lie because I refuse to date the women that they thought were suitable for me. And nobody has the right to tell me of what's suitable for me and what's not. Only I can make that decision because it's my personal life. And if that means that I have to build myself up to have a certain amount of wealth to attract what it is that I need, then so be it. Or if that means that I have to travel and go different places so I can pursue what it is that I'm looking for, then that's what I will do. And I'm just tired of people trying to shame men by questioning their sexuality because they're older and they don't have anybody in their lives. You know, I don't have anything to prove. If I want a slim woman that's going to treat me with respect, then that's what I want. If I want a woman that doesn't have a bad attitude or try to treat me like crap, then that's what I want. If I want a woman that don't have multiple children by different men, then that's what I want. That's my preference. And I know that I can't get everything 100% the way that I want, but it's my choice and my decision on what it is that I'm willing to compromise on. And I'm not going to allow other people to terrorize me to make me bend to their will. And I will not negotiate with terrorists. And a lot of the people from the so called community, that's all they are terrorists. That's one of the reasons why I have distanced myself from them. I've distanced myself from certain organizations that was like, oh, you need to do this, or you need to date this person, and this is the best that you can do. And I'm like, no, that's not. And if that means that I have to separate myself from individuals so I can build my self-esteem up and build my life up to the point to where I can manifest what it is that I need to, then that's what I'm going to do. Like I think about the story in the Bible of when Lazarus died for 3 days and the Messiah came and said to the people, oh, he's not dead. He's just sleeping. And they laughed and they mocked him. And he had to get all those people away from him and away from the body, put distance between himself and those people, those negative naysayers, so he could allow Lazarus to raise up again. And that's how I look at life. Sometimes I have to distance myself from the negative people that don't want to see things the way that I see it, so I can work on myself, so I can do the work that I need to do in order to manifest what it is that I'm looking for. And I know I can't just lay around and not do anything. I have to put in work as well as distancing myself, because just distancing myself from those people isn't going to solve the issue. It means that I got to put in those hours. It means that I have to figure out a way that works best for me to overcome my personal situation. Because even though it might not be my fault that I find myself in the situation that I'm in, it's my problem and it's my personal problem. And I understand that. And a lot of men out here don't have that perspective. It's like if you're working a job where you're treated like crap and you're never going to be promoted, and you train people that get promoted over you, that's a personal problem of yours. And you need to figure out how it is you're going to get yourself out of that situation, because nobody is going to feel sorry for you. People are going to look at you like, why is it that you can't move up? What is it about you? And sometimes it's nothing about you. It's just that you're not the person that they're looking for. You don't have the personality, you don't have the image that they're looking for, and you need to figure out a way to move away from that situation. And it's not saying that it's going to be easy. Sometimes it takes years to do it, but you have to come up with a strategy to do better in your life. And that's one thing that I had to fully accept, and it sucks. I'm not going to say that it doesn't suck. It sucks ass. This is something that a lot of content creators won't say. They won't say that, oh, it's going to suck going through this transformation. You're going to have to spend a lot of times alone. You're going to have to spend a lot of times being frustrated, having to heal from the traumas of the people who dogged you out, the people who've talked bad about you, that spread falsehoods about you, that's caused other people to distance themselves from you. Yeah. That's going to happen. It's going to happen where you're going to have to deal with those emotions. You're going to have to deal with that anger and that frustration, and you have to work it out within yourself to where you're not upset anymore. Because honestly, nobody's going to care that you're upset. Most people are going to avoid you even more because they think that you might snap off and do something bad to them. And we see instances of that happening. We see these mass shootings going on. So you have to figure out how it is you need to control your emotions to where you don't do something like that. And I think about myself because there's been times where I thought about retaliating against those that did me wrong, that put me in bad situations. But I had to also understand that all it's going to do is cause more chaos, possibly cause me to go to jail or to be placed in a casket lifeless. And I don't want that for myself. So I had to be honest with what it is that I needed to do in order to overcome that. Sometimes it takes time. And I'm not fully healed from everything that happened to me, especially what happened to me 3 years ago. I'm not fully healed from being divorced, 7 years ago now. Actually, 6 years ago. And I had to be honest with myself about that. And while I'm going through this personal journey of becoming whole again, nobody can and nobody will hold my hand through this. This is something that I have to go through alone. And I realize that. But the truth is the truth. And I understand that I still have a lot of issues and I'm still upset with a lot of individuals. And I understand that there's certain family members that still look at me in a negative light, as well as people that I used to be close to, that I used to be friends with, some of them for decades. And now there's a rift between me and them because they look at me as somebody that's not conforming to what it was that was placed in front of them. The reality of how they saw things for me. And since I decided to go an alternate route, they're looking at me like something is terribly wrong with me. Like I was supposed to be programmed to be a utility do boy, but I'm fighting against it. Why am I fighting against it instead of just accepting reality for what it is? But that's what it is. I chose to live this life that I'm living currently. And that's being at odds with the majority of individuals that I've been in contact with throughout my life. Do I have anything against those people? No, I don't. Do they have something against me? Probably do. But at this point, it's not my problem if they have a problem with me. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful for having my passport and to pull myself out of that dark place that I was 3 years ago and to be able to have the experiences that I've had recently with my traveling. And I understand that was a part of me taking accountability for my life. That means that, okay, these group of people that I've been around most of my life, that I've been associated with my life, they've isolated me and they ostracized me. There's nothing that I can do about it. The only thing that I can do is learn how to maneuver around them so I can get around people that will really appreciate and respect and love me for who it is that I am without these totally unrealistic expectations being placed upon me. Being told that it doesn't matter who I'm interested in and who I'm not interested in. It's about what the group thinks that I should be interested in. And if I don't take what it is that they give me, then I'm seen as being evil. And it's a lot of men that's waking up to that and they say, okay, I'll be evil, but at the same time, I'm going to go somewhere where I'm going to be treated nicer and with respect. And you can say whatever it is you want to about me. but you cannot stop me. And nobody can stop me from doing what it is that I'm doing. And I'm not out here hurting anybody. And I could have done some things that was terrible, but I chose a path of least harm, hurt, and danger for everybody, including myself. And people should be happy about that. But instead, they're not, because they don't have a level of control over my personal life that they think they should. And it's sad. But at the same time, I understand that that's how the game works. And that I owe nobody an explanation for my personal life and my personal decisions within my personal life. And people don't owe me an explanation. That means if women don't like me, they don't have to explain to me what it is about me that they don't like. It's up to me to figure it out and to figure out if I can improve on it or not. And if I can improve on it, work on it. If I can't, oh well, I'm going to have to keep on looking for somebody that can accept me for who it is that I am. And that's the same thing with them. And just like I owe nobody an explanation, nobody owes me an explanation. And I understand that. But one thing that I do know is, because I'm grateful and I'm thankful and I'm realistic on where it is that I am on my individual healing process, that eventually I will become successful. Either I'm going to be that 6 figure salary earner that people say is the quote unquote standard for a high value man, or I will leave this country for good. One of the two things are going to happen. And more important than that, I've gotten to a point to where I am okay with being childless and being a bachelor for the rest of my life if that's what has to happen. If I cannot find the type of woman who loves me for me and I can love them for them equally, that's the best solution for me, is to be a bachelor and not be ashamed of it. Even if other people want to ostracize me, not talk to me, not look my way, not acknowledge me, it's okay, because they can't control me the way that they think they should control me. And it's not going to happen. It's not. And I know some people don't want to hear me say this, and they're saying, oh, it's going to happen. But no, it's not. Like, it hasn't happened throughout this dark period that I've been in. And if it hasn't happened this long, what makes you think it's going to happen anytime soon? Maybe if I become 70, 80 years old, and then by that time I'm like, okay, maybe I'm willing to just settle for anybody and anything, even though it's not what I want. But I'm in my early 40s, so why should I do that now? And I'm not. I don't care if people think that I'm old at this point. Like, at the same time, it's like, who cares? Because I'm still going to do what it is that I want. I don't care that it's individuals that I was supposed to be close to don't want to associate with me. Okay, like, do what it is that you're going to do, because I'm going to do what it is that I want. And I don't need children to have a legacy. And I'm not going to be with someone I'm not interested in just to say that I'm in a relationship. And I'm standing up for other men that feel the same way. Yeah, I'm standing up for us. I make these videos for us. I make these videos for the ones that everybody want to call all types of names just to get them to fall in line and to say, no, it's not going to happen. And the reason why it's not going to happen, because we are our own men. And I don't need any validation from any women, any organizations, family members. The only validation I need from is God. And that's going to happen when I get called up for judgment, once I'm done with this life that I'm living on earth. And who knows, I might have to suffer for this life, but at the same time, it's just the cards that I was dealt. And I'm not going to let you bash me and badger me into taking a bad deal and using that as a fear tactic against me. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows who's going to be saved and who isn't. There's going to be people that think that they've done so much good in the world, and once they get to that judgment seat, God is going to say, "Depart from me, I knew you not." And so, with that being said, this is just Bob Bowman. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, if you want to see more videos of me, please get the word out that I'm doing these videos so I can become monetized, so I can have the time to do these videos. Other than that, I'm going to focus more on things that's going to help me in the future make more money, because I'm doing some stuff right now as we talk to try to help me out. And I'm not talking about doing music or anything like that. I'm talking about some concrete, logical steps that I'm taking. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm still going to work on it. I'm not going to talk about what exactly it is, but I know that I have to do something in order to get myself out of the current situation that I'm in. And I've been working on it for the past 3 years. But with that being said, this is just Bob Bowman, and I am out.